didn't even.
She was going to hit me in the nuts.
That's what it looked like.
Touch you.
That's what it looked like you were going to do.
Fit your back here last week.
I'm going to put this in the video.
Oh
Hello,
no.
I made it, everyone.
All right.
No.
Oh no, what?
Let's get the brisk opening of this can.
No.
There you go.
Nice. Nice.
Oh, I
Nice.
got the wobbly chair. That's annoying.
All right. Why do you sound like an old lady right now?
Oh my goodness, I got the wobbly chair. That's quite annoying, you youngsters. Why you give
so
me the
you
wobbly chair?
sit with the
Actually, I
blankie.
put the chair here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You always sit with the blankie.
Because of the air conditioning.
You are an old lady.
You are an old lady.
Did you knit that blanket yourself today?
Maybe I did.
Oh, why? Well, I don't know. I was at
I
work all
used to
day.
knit scarves. Yeah.
Yikes.
I used to love knitting. One time we went camping, and I gotta take my glasses off. One time we went camping, and I was sitting up in a tree knitting, and it started raining, and it was the fall, and the leaves were falling. It was just sprinkling. And then my knitting, ball of knit fell, and then my brothers took it, and kept throwing it around me and wrapped me around the tree, so my grandma had to cut me out of the tree.
They wrapped you around the tree?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How
Turns
did
out Brooke was actually
They wrapped the yarn around me.
they were
Right.
she was dreaming all this.
No, it's
She
really
Yeah.
doesn't really have brothers.
I have two
And
brothers.
she wasn't really tied around a tree. She tied someone else around a tree. She used their guts to tie them around the tree.
There you go.
Yeah, and it started raining blood
Mm-hmm.
over her
Da, 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 da.
as she pranced around the tree. Laughing like Maria Menounos.
Sorry,
That was really dark. I'm sorry. I'm just in the Halloween mood already.
It's the season.
Oh, 'tis the season to be scary.
Yeah.
We're gonna down pitch that later. It's gonna be like,
This is why she wanted to be in the middle.
yeah.
No, I just don't like the side profile.
She just likes the spotlight.
Maybe I do. What's wrong with it? You like it too, sir?
Well, yeah, because if there was no light on me, you wouldn't be able to see me unless I smiled.
Like the spotlight or need the spotlight? I don't know.
I don't need it.
No, you don't.
You know what?
You can see me. You can see.
You know what we need to do?
Never mind.
We need to get clapped in.
We do. Oh man, that's very important. That's very important.
Clap it,
What if
clap,
we?
don't talk.
What if we this time? What if we just try and look at each other and just no counting.
How's
no
this
counting.
how's this gonna translate over just the audio part of the podcast when people people are just listening?
They can feel us staring at each other.
Yeah.
We do this in
Yeah.
acting. We do this in our acting classes, where we just nobody leads, but we just do it as unison.
In unison. Yeah, that's how.
Unison, everyone.
Yeah, we'll do it this way. And if you're listening to it only, then you're just going to hear our intro music come out of nowhere. But that'll be really funny.
Yes. But also, imagine that you're staring into Jeremy's Italian stallion eyes. Imagine that you're staring into Brooke's ginger eyes. And imagine you're staring into my beautiful, luscious Filipino eyes.
Pinoy eyes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you didn't get you.
Okay. Anyways,
Are you ready?
let's do this.
Ready? We're gonna do it.
Okay.
We're gonna do it. Hopefully it works. Ready?
You're not supposed to lead it. We're supposed to do it just as one.
Yeah, you're a hippie.
Right?
What is this?
Such a hippie. We're supposed to just do it at once. Someone's got to do it.
Jeremy already specified it's not a bad thing to be a hippie.
You specified that. I never conceded that. I think
Guys,
it's 100% a bad thing to be a hippie.
I think this is the longest we've gone without an actual clap.
All right. If we don't get it this time, I'll just count us in. Ready?
There we go.
That's not bad.
That was all right.
It wasn't great.
That was all right.
Yeah, okay, that's the last time. That's the last time I go off the cuff.
I felt your spiritual auras, you guys.
Did our did our chakras align?
Yes.
Did our chakras
It's the
align?
season for our chakras to align.
Was our energies, complementing each other? I don't know. I don't even know what they say. I don't know what they say, bro.
Happy October,
Gosh.
witches. I'm
If
just
you're listening to
kidding.
this right now, it's October,
Yeah, it's October.
which means 31 days of Halloween. 31
Yeah.
days of just horror movies.
Wait, it is October, isn't it?
31 days
Yeah, it will be.
of 31 31 days of werewolves, Dracula's, Frankenstein's monsters, Invisible Man, the
course,
creature
vampires.
from the Black or Blue Lagoon, whatever
Black
it's called.
Lagoon.
Black Lagoon. Blood and guts,
Okay. we got
severed
it.
arms, legs, and heads.
We got
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
This is my favorite time of the year, you guys, because I get to watch a scary movie every day. Does anyone
Yeah.
else try to? Do you guys try to do 31 days of horror movies?
Nope.
Or am I just the
Nope,
crazy
never.
one?
No, you watch
Well,
it and I don't watch it with you.
You're not crazy. A lot of people do that, but I don't think that I like 31 scary movies. I don't think there are 31 scary movies that I'm that into.
Really?
No, like I mean, there's probably 10.
Okay.
There's probably 10. I don't know for sure, but probably there's just 10 that I really love and would enjoy watching. And I'm always open to watching a new one or revisiting an old one, but I don't really watch them by myself. I watch them with other people usually.
Oh.
And because that's fun. That's the fun of it,
I think Brooke thinks I'm crazy majority of the time she's working,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm sitting here at home, and my first thing to go to is a horror movie.
Yeah.
I'm literally working out, and I'm watching horror movies, and Brooke's like, "What are you watching?"
Dang,
Well,
dude.
Here's the thing: you're watching that new Jeffrey Dahmer show, and
Yeah.
I can't watch it because it makes me feel so sick.
I mean,
And you're watching it,
okay.
so I have to sit at the table and work, or like read my book, or eat dinner at the. I don't know. I just can't. I cannot be where the TV is.
So with that Jeffrey Dahmer show, I can only watch one episode a day.
That sounds pretty. It sounds pretty like heavy,
Yeah, I get the same feeling I did when I tried to binge Breaking Bad. Because Breaking Bad it's got its funny moments and stuff, but it's pretty depressing if you think about it.
Oh, for sure. I mean, it's really like dark moments. I think like a lot of the deaths in the show are like tragic deaths, like Combo. I always think about that episode with Combo dying, and it's the little kid that kills him.
Yeah.
Sorry, spoilers if you haven't seen Breaking Bad.
Sorry,
I'm sure
yes.
you've had time
You're a
to
little
watch
late.
it
You've
if you
had
really
plenty of
wanted to.
time.
Yeah.
But I always think of that episode where the little kid kills Combo,
Yeah.
and like then I think the little kid ends up dying himself at some point. I'm pretty sure. Like stuff like that's always really, really heavy.
Yeah,
You
we
know?
were watching the first episode. I was waiting for Brooke. I was like, Brooke, I want to watch this with you. Let's watch.
I know
Yeah.
he kept saying it. I was like,
And we finally started it. And literally 10 minutes into the episode, Brooke was like, "This is gross. It's making me feel sick."
Yeah.
And I go, "Do you want me to stop it?" And she was like, And I literally just went, "Okay," and I just kept on watching.
So I left the
She
room.
left the room, and it's and
I was already feeling sick because I was sick last week.
yeah,
And then on top of that, I was just like, and then we like drank a smoothie or something.
Yeah.
And that wasn't sitting well as we were watching it. I was like, I feel gross.
it's
Yikes.
it's pretty graphic.
Is it a documentary series or is it like a
It's like reenactment.
it's like a biopic, like
Yeah.
it's actually like dramatized.
Yeah,
yeah.
Gosh, that's crazy.
and Evan Peters does such a good freaking job, dude. He's such a great actor.
Dang, man.
Do you remember Evan Peters from
One Division.
when he was what's his name? Something Boner. What's his last name?
that him?
Ralph Boner. His name was Ralph Boner in One Division.
In what? Oh, in
What?
One
What?
Division.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
I barely remember
all of
that
for a
show.
boner joke, which was I
Yeah.
thought was hilarious.
Was it? Mm-hmm. I don't remember.
The very first movie I ever saw Evan Peters was Never Back Down.
Oh, who is he?
that
He was
Is
like
the main-
he was the buddy. He was a friend.
Oh,
that got,
that's the guy
Evan
playing
Peters,
him
yeah.
with the
Like the long, kinda
long
like,
curly hair.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, it's the beatdown, bro.
yeah. That's Evan Peters.
Dude, I freaking love Never Back Down.
Such a good
an
movie.
awesome movie.
Such a good movie.
Yeah.
It's so good. I've
One of
seen
the
it
OG
so many times.
MMA movies to come out.
We love MMA.
Yeah.
But anyways, back to Dahmer.
Right.
I'm over talking about this show.
What the hell?
I'm just kidding.
I think we're over you. You can get out from behind that table.
I don't like it.
Well, guess what, lady?
I can't watch.
For the rest of the month, we are talking horror.
The
Okay.
thing
Yeah, it's
is,
true.
Like, true crime is so real that I can't.
So true.
I will say this.
True crime
though,
is so true.
To end the conversation on the Dahmer show, before Brooke gives us a whole different version of ASMR and throws up all over the microphone, it is sad to watch how he lures his victims in.
Yeah, that sounds that way.
It's deeply disturbing.
Yeah, I was having a hard time listening to. I had someone at work today telling me about the show. We're like walking through the halls, and he's like telling me about it, and I'm like, this is getting me like depressed, and just like hearing him talk about it, and he's like probably kind of more like you. He's like, dude, it's crazy, man. Like, he's like, and then this happened, and it's like, they almost, and I'm like, I don't want to know.
Because I've always known about him, and I've known about like the grisly murder cases, you know, and how many people he killed. But just to see it like kind of dramatized action,
Right?
You know,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
like,
To see, yeah.
yikes.
I don't know, man.
Sensitive
Yeah,
to watch it.
Brooke is very sensitive when it comes to most murder stuff or horror stuff.
Specifically, murder and
Yeah.
paranormal.
Yeah, I remember. We're gonna talk about some movies today.
Okay.
It's October. It's Halloween, and
Happy Halloween.
like I said, I love to watch horror movies. Do you guys have any like favorite horror movies or horror movies that you just like completely hated? You thought was dumb?
Oh man, I got a few. I've been subjected to a lot of not good horror movies, and when I say not good, I just mean like B movie, B rate, or not. You know, just like ones that are not often talked about, and that's because I was actually on a previous podcast where we talked about movies, and we had a gentleman named Daryl. Shout out my friend Daryl.
What's up,
and,
Hey, Daryl.
and which they all know too. And he is like an encyclopedia of like, well, of many things, but he knew a lot about old 80s and 90s horror movies and like scary movies or thrillers. And so there are two in particular that I wrote down. One was called Time Crimes.
Time Crimes.
Time Crimes.
I don't think I've seen that one.
Yeah. It's pretty wild.
I'm looking at it.
It's even hard to, look it up. It's hard to explain, but if I remember, this is a couple years ago, the movie is sort of like a thriller, scary movie, slasher / sci-fi thing going on. And so there's like a scary dude in a mask in the woods.
Is definitely B-rated.
You can tell, show Brooke, I mean, there's just the cover of it. You can tell what that movie's going to be like.
This is that when, if you were around during, I pulled up the Spanish cover.
Yeah.
Chrono Crímenes. Time Crimes. There you go. This is, if you were around while Blockbuster was still open and you went in there, you're like, I'm going to rent a couple of movies. Let's go to the horror movie section. And you saw this VHS cover.
Yeah.
This is the one you're just like, pass.
Yeah, this is that one that's like, man, I got to be bottom of the barrel to check this one out. And so that's probably one of the worst ones. It's really hard to like. It's very confusing. It's got a lot of like the really like dumb horror movie tropes. You know, if you're looking at there's
I'm reading the synopsis.
Yeah, there is an obligatory naked woman because every horror movie has to have the obligatory naked woman.
Yeah.
And there's no reason for it. It's just in there because you have to. You have to have a naked lady.
I've seen plenty of horror movies done.
Look, I don't mean to mansplain, which I'm not going to, but you may or may not know that specifically in the 80s and 90s, it was a total trope. It was like almost a must that you had to have some... You know, because oftentimes it was like the teenage couple getting hunted by the slasher or the bad guy. And so oftentimes, and they were rated R movies, they would almost always have some kind of like sex scene or like naked woman in with and then a kill. And they actually made fun of that. And another one of my favorite bad horror movies, which I mentioned earlier, Freddy vs. Jason.
One of the rules in horror movies is do not have sex because majority of the time...
Because you will get killed.
The people who have sex in horror movies get killed off pretty fast.
Yep. And I guess it's not all horror movies. It's specifically like slashers, which is kind of a subgenre of the horror movie genre.
I'm still interested in this time crimes.
Time crimes, man. Maybe we will watch it one day.
This is what I'm reading. The movie, the time travel thriller opens with Hector spying on a beautiful woman undressing in the woods near his property.
Why is
There's the obligatory naked woman.
Is he in the woods or is she in the woods?
I think they're both in the woods.
Why is she undressing in the woods?
There's no explanation needed.
Well, all I gotta say is he probably had a hard time because things probably got really bushy.
Hoy.
It says...
That's a funny joke.
Yeah, come on.
Woods.
I understand the joke, Jeremy. Thank you.
Oh, gosh. Sorry, guys.
Okay.
I had to.
Didn't need an explanation.
Did you see that death look she said? She said, "Hoy." She went, Brooke's not even Filipino, but she went full Filipino on me. Hoy. It says, investigating, he finds her assaulted, and he in turn is attacked by a man whose head is swathed in bandages.
Ew.
He's the slasher.
Hector encounters a scientific facility where a scientist persuades him to hide in a time machine. Traveling back in time just a few hours, he observes himself. This is like the Happy Death Day.
Yeah, it is a lot like that. Yeah, it's kind of like sci-fi horror Groundhog Day or which is also what Happy
which
Happy
was
Death
a great
Day is,
movie. Yeah. That one surprised me. Wow, release date was March 29th, 2008. Its budget was $2.6 million US, and it's in Spanish.
Yes, watched it with the subtitles.
Which explains the Spanish.
It's a foreign film.
Yeah, that's probably why I didn't hear of it.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how Daryl heard of it.
Yeah,
but
Daryl.
That's gotta take the
How
cake.
did you find that movie?
I don't
Daryl?
know. I'll have to ask him. Yeah. Hope you're loving life in Texas, Daryl.
Freddy versus Jason. Also
That's
very terrible.
Another one of my favorite bad, like so bad it's funny horror movies. Which I think you would really like, Brooke. Have you seen it?
You would laugh at
I've
that
seen
the
part
whole
of
time.
it.
I know you don't like Freddy
I saw
Krueger.
the fight scene.
Okay, so
I don't like Freddy Krueger.
but it is cool to see his butt get beat up though by Jason. And,
Yeah.
and vice versa. You know.
Yeah, I mean, it's just two horror movie icons, never before on the same screen.
Which also don't make sense because Freddy's in your dream.
It does make sense.
Well, they explain it.
I don't
They
know. I've
explain
not
why.
actually seen the movie. I've just seen the fight scene.
Okay. Well,
Two reasons why I didn't like that movie. One, because they had a Jay from Jay and Silent Bob ripoff. I don't know if you remember that. It was the pothead dude.
The one, oh my gosh. That's that scene where he smokes weed and he has a high dream that Freddy's in.
And
so he's like
the caterpillar from Alice in Wonderland.
Yes, he's like
And he goes into his mouth and he possesses the fake J.
The fake J.
And then he gets chopped in half by
That's nice.
Yeah, it's pretty graphic.
Kind of a sick scene, actually.
Yeah, pretty cool because
it makes you feel sick.
No, it's because
chopped in half.
Freddy Krueger like possesses this guy, and he's got the syringes with the chemicals in it to put Jason to sleep. And as he's gonna reach over to stab Jason swats him with the machete.
Yeah,
gets cut in half, but still manages to put Jason to sleep.
And still manages to stick him with the needles.
Wow.
It's pretty cool.
It's like Romeo and Juliet.
One of the most cringe parts in that movie was Kelly Rowland was in that movie. She's from Destiny's Child.
Oh, dude, that's right.
Oh my gosh!
She's pretty
Sorry,
bad.
spoiler alert. I don't think if they would have made this movie today and the jokes that Freddy Krueger made towards Kelly Rowland, I'm pretty sure the movie would have got canceled.
Yeah. I mean, this is like 2003, right? Something like that. So
Got away with a lot back then.
Yeah,
you could still get away with a lot at that time. Yeah,
she also gets swatted, which is pretty funny.
Yeah. She also makes a joke towards Freddy Krueger that he is like compensating.
Yeah,
because he has like his knife. She makes some dumb joke about that.
I think this is before he looks at her and goes, he like does his weird like snarl growl, and he's like, and he goes, dark meat. And
that's what he said.
I cringed so badly because I was with
Same
a
scene.
lot of my friends, who are and they laughed, but I was like,
yikes!
Oh my gosh.
Dude, I forgot about
I can't
that.
imagine seeing that in a movie made today.
Yeah,
No.
you probably
No
can't say that in a movie today.
Nope. Nope.
Yeah.
But yeah, that one's a bad one.
Do you have what's the worst scary movie you've ever seen?
You're gonna be mad at me.
No, just say it. This is
This is a safe place.
Yeah, this is a safe place.
Okay. The Thing.
I'm sorry, what? The
Can you repeat
80s
that?
one?
This is not a safe place.
Can you repeat that?
The Thing.
Mother. Flip
It
the
looks
table.
so dumb.
What?
When the dogs are like exploding.
No dog
The
explodes.
practical effects.
Yeah, it was
They
a
take over
feat.
The dogs.
It was an amazing feat in practical effects.
That
practical
movie
effects.
won
Legendary
so many
movie.
awards, I think.
I know,
Yeah.
but like because I didn't watch it back then, I watch it now when things don't look.
Would
so
you rather have
realistic.
crappy CGI than that?
If it looks more realistic.
Oh
I don't
my
think it
gosh.
would. I actually think the practical effects usually look more realistic.
Yeah.
You know,
don't
because
know.
CGI looks like CGI.
Because then you'd be,
know?
you'd have to be like the actors that are on the MCU. Majority of the time, they're in front of a green screen, and yeah, that takes a whole different skill of acting. But I would rather have the practical effect to help me get in. Like,
That's a good point, too, for the actors, yeah.
I'm sorry. I think it's boring.
Practical effects?
No, the movie is
Oh,
very
boring.
slow in the beginning. It's kind of boring.
it is a sci-fi thriller or a sci-fi horror movie.
Now that
I think sci-fis are like I like sci-fis, but sci-fi like horrors are not my favorite.
I will tell you that is a gripe that I have with horror movie or scary horror movies in general is that they really start slow a lot.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, this is across the board, like sci-fi, all the different kinds of scary movies or horror movies. Like, they start slow all the time. Like,
Yeah.
even some of the ones I've liked recently in the last few years, like the Conjuring. It's a good movie. I think that's one of my like favorite.
I love those movies.
Scary movies. But it starts slow.
Yeah.
Like, you know, all of them kind of do. I think it's like they're trying to build into the suspense and whatever.
Yeah.
But for me,
The clap in The Conjuring.
Yeah,
scared
yeah.
the crap out of me.
I've
Scary.
not seen the first one.
Oh, We're gonna watch it this
No.
month.
We're not gonna watch
Yeah,
it.
we'll watch it
I
while the
watched
sun's
that
low.
Annabelle movie with you.
That wasn't too bad.
It's in the same
That one
universe,
was funny. I was laughing.
right?
I think they're in the same.
They're all in the same
universe.
shared universe.
Same universe, all different directors though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, all different directors.
Um.
So The Thing, huh?
Man,
Yeah.
But you
One
never
that
finished it though.
Yeah, I didn't because it was boring.
So you can't put that on your list if you've never finished it.
Okay. Well.
Say another movie. You're wrong.
See, this is not a safe place. I thought it was.
Next.
My opinions
Next song.
don't matter.
Yeah.
Opinions don't matter.
Okay,
Man,
let's-
I'm sorry, Brooke. I
let-
don't
let-
want to invalidate your opinions.
See, you guys vote.
Okay, sorry, but
It's
honestly,
okay.
let's try again. Pick another different movie.
A bad one. One horror movie that really made me mad
I know what you're gonna
was
say.
The Mist.
Oh, I love it.
Oh, you
I
didn't
love
like
that
the
movie
ending.
made me mad
Yeah.
because it was unnecessary.
What was unnecessary?
You gonna make me say it?
Are you gonna start
I
crying
don't.
too?
No, I'm not gonna start
Okay.
crying. If you haven't seen The Mist,
Spoiler
I'm gonna
alert.
spoil it for you. The very, very end, they find okay, I don't know how to
All
explain
four
it.
of them get in a car and they decide to drive off into the mist, trying to
Yes.
find a safe haven shelter.
Yes, because there are monsters killing everybody
Yeah, in the mist.
in
yeah.
the mist. And then they realize
There's 5 of them
there's
actually.
5 of them.
Dad, son, and then the 3 other people.
Yes, the old people.
Old people
Are they
and
a
then
couple? No.
no,
They're just old people.
old guy,
and
old
then
lady, and then the lady.
Another
blonde
lady.
lady, yeah.
Yeah. And they're trying to find a safe haven, but they figure that they won't be able to
Because they run out of gas.
because they run out of gas.
I'm just helping you.
Thank you.
This is,
I
yeah,
can't tell my own story.
the horror movie, I said hoary. Dang it. The horror movie expert's trying to help you.
Thank you.
Hoary.
You are the one who showed me the movie. So, yeah. And then in the end, they realize there's nothing else they can do. They're all just going to die anyways. So instead of allowing everyone to die by the monsters, they realize they have 4 bullets left.
Yeah.
But there's 5
Right.
of them.
Right.
So this guy, you've
Thomas
seen it?
Jane, right?
You've seen it?
Yeah, Thomas Jane,
Yeah.
the Punisher.
Yeah.
He kills everybody in the car. Well, everyone's in agreement except for the son doesn't know. But he's like sleeping and then he wakes up right before the dad
Yeah.
unalives him.
The dad, yeah.
And
the dad
then-
pops him first.
Yeah, the boy first and then everybody else. And then the dad's like, okay, I'm gonna sacrifice myself to the monsters. And then all of a sudden the mist goes away and all these big what?
Tanks
The
and stuff?
military
Yeah, the
guys
military.
come with all these citizens that are still
Alive.
alive. And it was literally right after he
Yeah.
shot everyone. And I was so mad because it was so unnecessary. And he just found out his wife had died too from the monsters.
Man. I still laugh at that
Yeah.
ending
And
every time.
I was so mad. Like, it makes me I'm so passionately upset about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's so unnecessary.
What-
Did-
If he waited 5 more minutes,
yeah.
Yeah. But
5 more minutes,
but think about it this way.
he wouldn't know, right? I know
Right.
he wouldn't have known.
Right. But if you think about it,
Yeah.
it's actually a really great movie because they did exactly what they set out to do, because here we are, 15, 17 years later, and we are still talking about how this movie made me so mad because of the ending.
Yeah.
And they totally knew that's how you were going to react.
Yeah.
They totally knew, oh my gosh, this is going to be such a gut punch. Everyone's going to be so upset by the way this ends, and everyone's going to talk about our movie. So in that way, it's really great.
I
Which,
know.
Brooke, if it makes you happy, I don't think that was the original ending. It doesn't end that way.
Oh, really?
The original ending ends in the book. The original ending just ends with them driving off, and we don't figure out what happens to them.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Also, what made me mad was in the store. Was it one of the cop guys? That, like, everybody all of a sudden
it was
ganged up
it was a
against
military guy.
this military guy.
Yeah. Who's the... Yeah.
And he's a good guy, right? But all of a sudden, this one lady gets everybody to gang up on him. And they, like, feed him to the monsters.
Yeah, they throw him out.
They throw him out. And I was so mad. Like, I was yelling at the TV.
You were... Yeah,
I was
she's
yelling
not-
at the
Whoa.
TV.
She's not lying. I remember watching that movie in theaters.
Oh,
I remember
that movie makes me mad.
Thomas Jane getting out of the car after he
At
popped
the
all
very
people in
end.
the car, and he just drops on his knees and he's like,
Yeah.
And the military's running by, and then the end credits come on, and people just got up. It was quiet,
Jeez.
except for me. I was laughing.
Of course you were.
I got up,
surprise
and I
me.
was like, that was amazing. And people were so quiet, and I was like, you know what the movie is about? It's about patience.
Yeah. Really, it is a test of patience. That's true.
It's about patience.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, man. That's a good one, though. You know, the best movies are the ones where we can't stop talking about the ending. And the reaction that they wanted to get from you is that angry, you know, dissatisfaction.
Yeah.
And they got it.
I don't know if I could watch it again, but if I do, like, it would be a long time. Because we just
Definitely.
watched it a few months ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That was...
Yeah. That's like a good
rough.
bad. Good bad? Bad good?
Like, angry.
Mm-hmm.
But it was well done.
Right, okay.
Yeah. I'm glad COVID didn't turn out like that.
Like the
Could you
mist?
imagine?
Oh my gosh, everyone went ballistic. You know? I mean, we
Yeah.
all went crazy anyways, but, like, not that,
Yeah.
not to that extreme.
Yeah.
That would have
Could you imagine that?
madhouse.
It's a madhouse.
No.
One of the worst scary movies that I've ever seen is called They Live. Do you guys,
Right.
have you guys ever heard
They
about that?
live.
It's
Old
with-
one? The old one, right?
Well, yeah. Is there
Yeah.
a remake?
I don't know if there is.
Oh,
I-
okay.
I only know about
I've
the old
always
one.
thought there should be a remake of this movie.
That would be cool.
It's with one of my favorite all-time WWF wrestlers, WWE now, Roddy Piper,
Yeah.
and with an actor from The Thing, Keith David.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And it is... I don't know how to explain this. Let me just read the synopsis.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to explain.
It's about a wanderer without meaning in his life. He discovers a pair of sunglasses capable of showing the world the way it truly is. As he walks the street of Los Angeles, he notices that both the media and the government are comprised of subliminal messages meant to keep the population subdued, and that most of the social elite are skull-faced aliens bent on world domination.
Yeah.
With the shocking discovery, he fights to free humanity from the mind-controlling aliens.
That's a great one. That's a really good one. That's like kind of a isn't it sort of a like an action like not action like a horror comedy?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. It is also has one of the longest fight scenes
Yeah.
ever.
Yeah.
And it's not like a well choreographed fight scene. It's just, let's just say it's two guys rolling around in an alley fighting for like 10, 15 minutes.
Yeah, it's really long.
Yeah.
It's got one of the pretty iconic movie quotes from the time.
Yeah. And I quote this a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And it's when Roddy Piper walks into the bank
Yep.
with a shotgun and he puts his
And
sunglasses
his glasses on.
and he sees who's the aliens and who's not. And he goes, I've come to chew bubblegum and kick ass.
I've heard you say that before.
And I'm all out of bubblegum.
Yeah.
Bam! Right
So
there.
awesome.
I've
Come
heard you
on
say
now.
that before.
So freaking awesome.
I've said that a lot while playing Call of Duty.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that one's a good one.
I didn't. I know that's like that's got like a cult following. But I didn't like it.
You didn't like it? Like you didn't think the funny parts were funny?
No, I think because when I initially watched it, I took it too seriously. Maybe I gotta watch it over again.
Yeah.
I think it's like 90 minutes. Maybe
Yeah.
I should watch it. Maybe that'll be one of the movies I watch this month.
Yeah.
You know, but I didn't like it. My friend Nick Robinson told me about the movie, and I was so curious. I went straight to Blockbuster after seeing him, and I looked for that movie, and they had it, and I was surprised. And I rented it, and I was like, why did I waste my time watching this movie?
Dang.
Why did I spend $5 on this?
$5, man.
Wow.
You know?
Yeah, $5 ain't what it used to be.
Yeah.
$5 used to be, pretty penny. Yeah.
What about the best horror movie?
Best ones?
I've seen a lot of good horror movies, and I've seen a lot of horror movies lately that completely like, I'm going to sleep and I close my eyes, I think about it, and it scares the crap out of me sometimes.
I don't know why you do that to yourself.
I don't know why I do that to myself either.
Yeah, but those people like
But
yourself,
it's a thrill ride. It's fun.
like you, there are certain kinds of people, and they love it. It's kind of like people who are addicted to going on roller coasters or like adrenaline junkies, because there is something like really scary but exciting about like watching the horror movie and kind of getting scared.
You know how I don't like rides that go straight up and drop down, like Supreme Scream and Knott's Berry Farm. Watching horror movies, that's my Supreme Scream.
Here's the thing, though. Every time you watch horror movies, you get sleep paralysis.
We're going to talk about that on another episode, guys.
I have to wake you up.
Yeah.
I'm over here sleeping, and I'm like,
He's trying to say my name. And I know he's trying to talk to me. He's just grunting. He's like,
like that.
and I'm like, Tony, wake up.
Yeah. And then I wake up and I'm on the ceiling and I'm just like, oh, what the heck? And I fall back down to the bed.
This guy. We'll talk about that next
Brooke's
time.
standing over me. She's like, the power of Christ compels you.
I get the holy water.
Now, have you seen that one? The Exorcist?
No, I will not.
Oh, come on.
I will not.
I won't even.
It's old.
I won't even rank that as the best scary movie I've ever seen, because that is that, and there's like another two movies that I have a hard time just revisiting. If the trailer of The Exorcist pops up on TV or on YouTube or something, or even if I see a picture of Linda Blair as the main character, I either close my eyes or I try to skip over it.
Dang.
I remember when I watched that, my brother Joey said, dude, we have to watch this movie. It's the director's cut.
Oh, nice.
And my brother put it on. And I don't remember. I think I was
Joey.
I was pretty young. Thanks,
Why'd
Kuya.
you do this to him?
I was pretty young. And I remember him. It's funny when I think about it. He puts the movie on.
How old are you?
I don't remember how old I was. I was pretty young. He puts the movie on, and we're watching it. It's dark. It's like that big fat like TV, you know.
Yeah.
And it's dark, and right when the scary parts start happening, he goes, "I'll be back." And he never came back. I sat there and I watched all of it by myself. And I think I didn't watch all of it by myself. I watched majority of it by myself. But I think the one part he did come back, I think he was listening, is when she spider walks down the stairs.
Dude, gnarly.
Oh my gosh, dude.
Oh my gosh.
I think he popped his head through the door and he was like,
yeah.
What happened? And I was like, and I was sitting there just like frozen. I was like,
Were you like 8?
No, I think I was in like middle school.
Okay, well, still you're too young to watch that.
Yeah.
Now, can I tell you something? That movie would not be nearly as scary if it was CGI.
Exactly.
Those practical effects, when she's spider walking down the stairs, it looks like
She's
a
like
real
backwards,
person
right?
Yeah.
spider walking
I think it's
down the stairs.
I think it's stop motion.
I don't know what it is that they used, but when you see her spider walking down the stairs, it looks like a real demon possessed girl spider walking down the stairs.
We went to the Queen Mary.
That's what I was gonna say.
Sorry.
I saw a girl do that at the Queen Mary.
Okay.
It's scary.
You can say.
We went to the Queen Mary for the Halloween thing, and in the Queen Mary mazes for Halloween, they bring you through like the haunted spots, like the boiler room and the swimming pool area. And in the boiler room, there's one little part that was like dark,
Dang.
and we knew something was gonna pop up.
Yeah.
But this girl popped out of the dark and like not spider walked, she like spider slid.
Oh.
And it was like at a slant, and she popped out of the dark, and I have never screamed so loud in my life. And then she like stopped and then like kind of bent up and like looked at us upside down, and I was like, "Oh, run!"
It was the little girl one too, wasn't it? That
Yeah, it
one
was
was
a
the
little girl.
scariest one.
Yeah.
Little creepy
telling
girls
you.
are scary.
But
telling you.
Jeremy is right. If that was CGI,
Oh my gosh. It
wouldn't
wouldn't
be as scary.
It
I
wouldn't
think
have
it would
hit
be
the same
laughable.
way because when you watch it, it looks real because it's real. Like what they captured on camera is really what was there, you know?
Yeah.
And it's terrifying.
Compare that movie to like the Poltergeist.
No,
Well,
not even close.
I mean, it's thought of.
You
It's
have your opinions, though. because
it's
you're
thought
scared
of in the same, like it's in the same classification of like classic horror movies, but the movies themselves are pretty dang different.
Yeah, like it's not as the Poltergeist isn't as scary. You'd say as
I don't think so.
because
I think
like
it-
I laughed watching the Poltergeist.
Yeah, no, I don't think it's as scary. But I would say, like, when people name off, like, all-time classic, horror movies, like, I think The Exorcist and Poltergeist are both, like, up in the top
Yeah.
5 for sure. But The Exorcist is way scarier, I think.
The director's cut? No, thank you. They did come out with a show. It was on Fox. And
Really?
it was a continuation of the original movie.
Oh, my gosh.
And that is probably the scariest show I've ever seen. And I'm
Dang.
surprised they got away with a lot of this stuff.
That's wild.
And it was only one season. And it ended on a twist. And probably one of the scariest twists I've ever seen, too.
Dang.
And I wish they would have renewed that show. I started off watching that show at night, but I've never had a show on basic cable scare me that much.
Yeah.
And I was
Yeah,
like,
because it's
dude,
not like it was on HBO or Showtime or something like that.
I
It's
was
basic
like,
cable.
I can't watch it now. I'm gonna wait until it's like the next day. I'll watch it in the morning.
Dang.
And so
Absolutely not. I
Did
won't.
you say a movie? What was the best scary movie?
I think the movie that scared me the most, besides Nightmare on Elm Street, we already talked about that.
Right.
The Conjuring 2 was, oh my gosh, I did not know. I didn't know if I wanted to cry or throw up or do it simultaneously.
Really? That bad, huh?
I couldn't sleep till the sun came up.
Holy
Like,
smokes.
She's not lying. She texted me and she's like, Tony,
I can't sleep.
if I close my eyes, I keep picturing everything that happened.
Huh.
Yeah, I couldn't. I
Wow.
have not seen the movie since.
The Conjuring
I-
2.
The Conjuring 2.
Not the first
I
Conjuring.
haven't seen the first one.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh, that's right. You
And I
said
don't
that. Yeah.
want to because I was so affected by the second one. You know what I mean?
What
Yeah.
was the scariest moment for you in that movie?
Oh, the stupid nun.
Oh, the picture part.
Yeah, when that
Her
nun
voice is shaking.
that's my thinking voice.
The nun.
Also, that freaking little girl, man.
Yeah.
Whenever she's possessed, it's terrifying. When she's like flying around
Yeah.
on the ceiling,
I think
and
Brooke is getting scared just thinking about it.
you were scared that one scene where she was all crammed
She
up
was-
and her
yeah.
body was so disformed.
Yeah, that looked a little too real for me.
Yeah.
And I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
So when
I can't.
we all went to the midnight showing of
Were
the
you with
premiere.
us?
He wasn't with us that
I don't
night.
think so.
No.
We went with your brother, huh?
Yeah, so we went with my brother, his now wife, and then we went with
One of our other friends.
another friend, and Brooke sat next to me, and then to the Brooke was on the right of me, and then to the left of me were these three Asian girls, and I'm pretty sure they were like high schoolers. And on one side of me, I had the whole theater was screaming because it was scary. On one side of me, I had Brooke death grip on my hand, squeezing my arm, and at one point she like whispers in my ear. She goes, I think I'm gonna throw up, Tony."
Oh no!
And what do? I look and I go,
Because you're so
funny.
mean.
and then on the other side of me, on the left side, I have these 3 girls that are screaming and like kind of jumping, and one girl is just like kind of jumping on me, and I'm just, it was a comedy for me the whole time, watching everyone scream.
Yeah.
And of course, I'm going to tell everyone a little secret. Whenever I watch a scary movie in theaters, and I know a scary part's going to pop up, I do this. I like kind of look down.
What
Yeah.
the heck?
Yeah.
So that way, part of my vision is only seeing.
Yeah, like just in your peripheral.
Yeah.
Wow, the
Vision.
secrets come out after almost a decade
Oh,
of knowing
everyone.
you.
Come on.
Everyone does
Yo,
that.
How smart am I
Yeah,
though?
well,
Yeah.
I'm covering my eyes
How smart
with
am I?
my hands.
Yeah.
And then
Covering
you're
your
like, don't cover
okay,
your eyes.
No,
Don't
look.
cover your eyes.
Covering your face and looking at the screen doesn't help,
Yeah.
Oh, I can
right?
still peek through my fingers.
No, but you're still getting 100% view of it.
Right.
Looking down, 25%.
Yeah. You get the peripheral, just the peripheral
Oh
vision.
my
25%. I call it the shy guy. You
shy
you're
guy.
too shy
That's
to
good.
look at the
You're
sky
shy,
or the screen. You just kind of look down. But if you go take a girl to a scary movie, do this because they're not gonna know. If you know how to do it and you play it off well, they're gonna think you're tough.
You're
And
thinking,
she's
Now
gonna
I
be
don't
like,
fool-
think you're tough.
this
I know
fool
your
ain't
secrets
afraid
now.
well,
of
you know
anything.
what? Too late, lady, because we're already married. So,
I guess. I guess so.
guys, check this out.
I would have married you regardless.
Do the shy guy. Practice it. Watch scary movies at home. Do the shy guy. You're gonna don't bend your head down all the way.
Just your eyeballs.
Just your eyeballs. So that way you can 25% view of the TV. You won't get scared or that scared, I promise.
yeah.
But
That's good. It's good. I'm going to try that
your
one.
date, she's gonna latch onto you. She's gonna be like, "This is my man.
Wow.
He's tough.
This guy,
He'll
he doesn't budge
no.
for nothing.
He will punch this demon right in the face for me.
He doesn't
you know?
care about this demon.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. That's a good tip.
That one movie that's coming out, the Smile movie.
Ooh.
I cannot watch.
I
the
can't
trailer.
wait.
Have you seen the
I don't like that you. Kate, you've sent me those TikToks.
Have you seen what they've been
No,
doing?
they're on TikTok.
So
They're like
yeah,
tailor
but
made for TikTok because
they've
it's
been-
short form videos.
They've been all over the place though, not just on TikTok. So at a baseball game, like an MLB game, someone was sitting behind first base, and you can see them, and they were
What?
literally sitting there like this, smiling the whole time,
Whoa.
and
That's
they didn't
amazing.
I wonder how much money they made.
move, and they
doing
didn't
that.
move. This was at
But-
two games, and
Wow.
then on the was it Good Morning America or the Today Show? You know how there's like the glass you can see
Yeah.
people walking in the street. Someone was behind there,
Oh
and they
my
were
gosh.
and people have been noticing it. Come on, the marketing for that.
That's
I guess
really
that's
genius.
smart.
That's really
Genius.
genius.
However, it's not my favorite when you were getting up to go to work and I was going back to sleep.
And you watched it.
And no. I close my eyes and I see it. And I'm like, well, now I have to
Yeah.
stay awake and watch TikTok because I don't want to
Yeah.
think about that.
Again, mission accomplished on their part.
guess
They're like,
so.
yes, we got
Sneaky
you to
guys.
see. We got you to see it in your sleep when you close your eyes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
don't send those to
that's
me.
like mission accomplished for them. They have completely set out
Yeah.
to do
To quote Charlie Sheen, winning.
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 Yeah.
What about you, Jeremy? What's the best scary movie you've ever seen?
One of my favorites is The Insidious, the first one. They're all really
Ooh,
good, but the
yeah.
first Insidious movie,
Tiptoe through the window.
yes, with the Tiny Tim song,
Yeah.
really, really good. Like, I don't know. I think there's been so many sequels that people don't really just talk about the first one, but the
Yeah.
first one is like really good.
It's solid.
It's
solid.
a solid horror movie, scary movie. It doesn't rely on being over the top, gory, and bloody to the point where it's terrifying. It's not even a rated R.
Yeah.
It's actually rated PG-13 because it's terrifying because of the atmosphere and the music and the way they use that. Anyone can do a jump scare, but the way that they use the music and the atmosphere to create something like really eerie and spooky is awesome. And then the moments that they do have where they use the jump scares are like really effective.
They do something that's really unorthodox for a horror movie. You've never seen it, Brooke, but usually for jump scares, things are never up close center screen.
Yeah.
Things either on the side or they're blurred out in the back.
Right.
Or something passes by. But there's that one scene that's very famous where they're all at the dinner table and they're talking.
Yeah.
And you look at, I think it's Rose McGowan or the guy who plays the dad.
Yeah.
It's one of them. And you look, it focuses on them and their center screen.
Yeah.
And then it focuses on the medium lady who's like trying to figure things out. And then it goes back.
Yeah.
And then it goes back to her. And then she screams. And then it goes back to the dude or the girl.
Yes.
And you see the monster.
The monster.
Side face.
Yes.
Half of the
just
face.
half of his face.
And
Directly behind the guy.
that is so unorthodox for a scary movie.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. It really like stands out to me
Scary.
all these years later.
Look like Darth Maul.
Yeah, he looks like a
the horny Sith guy?
Yeah.
more, yes.
Spiky head
Spiky head, horny guy.
with the zoom zoom.
With the
zoom zooms.
Yeah.
He's like a more demented, like Darth Maul kind of
Demented
looking.
horny
Yeah.
guy.
Yes.
I would say he's more like Darth Maul's crackhead brother.
Yes, he's like Darth Maul's crackhead brother.
Yeah.
Nice.
And talk about really scary twists. That
ending.
one has a freaking scary twist at the end of the
that
movie.
one threw me off. I didn't see that one coming.
Yeah.
Chills.
Yeah,
got
so
chills on
that
that
one's
one.
good. Another one that I like, but for like almost the exact opposite reason, because of its use of gore, and it is so gory and bloody, but a lot of practical effects, is Drag Me to Hell.
Oh, you stole one of my movies.
No, did I really? Dang it! Sorry, I
saw
didn't
that
know.
one.
I
We
was
didn't
just
talk
watching
about
it.
this
I was just
before.
watching it. Remember? I love it. Practical effects and a mix of CGI.
Yeah, it's a more modern movie, so it's not all practical effects,
Yeah.
but it uses some practical effects really well.
Yeah.
And it's like, I love it for the exact opposite reason, because it is so over the top with the like almost disgusting like visuals.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But it's like so good. It's like it like grosses you out watching it. But you gotta love it. You know, you gotta appreciate.
Also, another good twist ending.
Yeah, and another good twist ending.
Yeah. Oh man, you stole one of my.
Dang,
movies.
I didn't know. We didn't
it's
talk
okay.
about
I'm
this.
gonna steal another one, Tony.
I count that as slapstick horror. It's Sam
Yeah.
Raimi. That's his. He's got such a different style of horror movies. Like the original Evil Dead's.
Yeah,
And-
yeah.
I was gonna kind of cheat on like one of the best scary movies I've ever seen. I was gonna name like 3 of them, and that was
okay.
gonna be one of them.
Oh shoot. Okay.
But the remake of the Evil Dead.
Oh, that's a really good one.
Because it wasn't in the same style or fashion of Sam Raimi. I think people were expecting that. It was more serious.
I was for sure thrown by
And
that. Yeah.
talk about gory.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. You've seen that one. You saw that one with me. Yeah. Oh,
The tree.
that's in both movies.
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
part I remember, and I remember her looking underneath the floor with her
Yeah.
creepy eyes.
Honestly, I think every woman remembers the tree when they see that movie. We won't talk about the tree, but we'll just say that just say that Groot, you're a bad boy, Groot.
Oh my gosh.
Evil Dead remake is
Yeah.
one of my favorites. And then this is gonna be a weird one. I don't know if you guys have ever seen this. It's a comedy horror. Tucker and Dale versus Evil.
Oh, I've always wanted to see that movie. I've never seen it. It looks awesome. I've never watched it.
So we were just talking about the worst scary movie you've ever seen, and like how the artwork is like, oh, I'll skip that movie.
Yeah.
It was when I first got Netflix, and it was when Netflix didn't have a lot of good movies on there,
Yeah. Yeah.
and the artwork of Tucker and Dale was like,
It looked pretty like
I don't
B
know,
movie.
and it's got the guy that's in Firefly.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I was like, all right, I'll just put this on in the background. And I ended up like catching a couple scenes and it caught my eye and I watched through it and I loved that movie.
Okay.
It is so funny,
gotta check it out.
stupid horror. It's a slasher movie. There's a slasher in it. But just the way, and death is not funny, you guys, but the way,
Nice disclaimer.
just the way that people get, picked off in that movie is kind of funny.
Yeah.
There's one where because it's about two redneck guys.
Right.
They're pretty stupid. And there's this group of teens that go out and the teens think they're killers. And so the teens try to do something about it.
Right.
And in one of the scenes, I don't know if it's Tucker or Dale, he's throwing wood into the wood chipping thing that and one of the teenagers tries to run and jump at him. And right when the teenagers jump, he bends over to pick up another piece of wood, and he goes flying right into the thing.
Oh my God.
And he comes back up, and he just sees legs, and he's like, "Oh my gosh, what happened?" It's the funniest thing. It's so stupid, but yeah, that has to be one of my favorite horror movies.
Yeah, I got to check that one out. I haven't seen that one.
That's a good one. I think it's still on Netflix. Netflix made that movie popular.
Shoot,
it's got a good cult following.
Yeah,
Cult following.
Cult following.
You, the viewer, should check it out. Comment in the comments if you've seen it.
Yeah. And if you have movie recommendations for us to watch, if you're watching on YouTube, comments.
This month we're going to be talking about a lot of horror stuff.
Yeah.
I have a lot more horror movies to recommend.
Yeah.
But if you guys want some recommendations from our best movies, like Evil Dead, all the Evil Dead movies, even Army of Darkness and the remake, Drag Me to Hell, Conjuring 2, they're all great movies. Even if you guys want to watch the crappy movies that we talked about just to have a good laugh.
We'll make a list in the description.
You can find Time Crimes on Amazon Prime for rent.
Oh, there you go.
It's out there.
Go and follow us on TikTok or Instagram. We'll post our our list of our favorite and worst horror movies.
Yeah.
For this
little
month.
recap list.
So that way, if you guys want to do the 31 days of horror thing, it'll give you guys some ideas of movies to watch from B-rated to
all-time classics.
Classics.
Yeah.
Follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Gab Addicts, GABADDICTS.
Ooh, I love your spelling.
Nice.
Thank you very much. I won the spelling bee in 4th grade. Not really. I didn't actually do it. I was the best speller in 4th grade.
Wait, you didn't win, though?
I didn't do the spelling bee.
Oh, my gosh.
I got nervous and I didn't want to go. But I was the best speller in my class. My 10-year-old
Wow,
daughter.
I guess we'll never really know.
When Brooke gets nervous. Explosive diarrhea.
She poops.
But anyways, if you're watching us on YouTube, like this video, subscribe to our channel, hit us up in the comments about your worst and best horror movies.
Also, recommend some scary movies for us to watch. I'll try to watch them, you guys.
Yeah, this guy's pretty faithful when it comes to watching the
it.
31 days. So go ahead and let us know so that we can do that. Also follow us on TikTok, Instagram, and if you're listening on Apple Podcasts or Spotify or anywhere else, we love you guys. Give us a review that helps everyone find us because we're just having so much fun doing this.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Gotcha. Let's clap out. I gotta pee so badly.
All right. This is going to be a quick genie clap. Ready? 1, 2.